afternoon if you're watching in the afternoon. So today we're doing one of the most requested videos. What is it, Mum?
Question and answers.
That's it, Q&A session with
That's
yours
like
truly. Yeah. So yeah, I've asked you on Instagram to send a load of questions in for Mum and I. We're going to go for a hack around the forest and answer some of them. There's been like well over 100, so obviously won't be answering them all. I've not swept the yard yet if people are looking at the straw there.
Mess.
Look at Bear instead. Oh, not brush Bear either. So yeah, that is the plan. So we're gonna get brushing, put them on the lorry, and then we will catch up with you in the forest and get answering them. We're doing a no faff vlog, aren't we, Mum?
No faff.
No faff. So see you in a little while. We're taking Bear and Lara as well. Bear says bye. Wire. That's right, isn't it? Wire Forest. So it's about a 10-minute drive for us. Got both ponies on. Stunning day, beautiful scenery. We've basically come here because A, there's no traffic, and B, when you get bored of listening to us, you can just look at the lovely trees in the background. So we're going to whack them off, tack them up, get on our merry way and answer some questions. The first one is to say pi to 10 places, Mum. Do you know that?
What?
Pi? Say you know pi?
I asked squared
3.14.
It's a very long time since I was at school. I'm not answering any maths questions.
Hopefully no academic questions will come up because we can't answer those. Unless they're about geography, and then I'll give them a go. But yeah, so we'll see you on the ponies. Lara's Air Motion top on today. Top? Number. So it's basically a cooling one with like a paddy, meshy material, and then it's got a bit of padding there, it's sticky there and there to stop the saddle slipping.
Hang on, Lara.
And it just gives a bit more sort of cushioning. So it sits quite nicely. So I'll grab the saddle. On our way round. So before we get started, I just want to say a big thank you to Shires who have kitted us both out in these lovely summer riding tops. I say kitted us both out. I've been very nice and let Mum wear my other one.
I do like it.
Yeah, she's like, nice. I think it might be hers now. And we've also obviously got the saddle cloth that Bear's got. That's one that I go eventing in. And then I've just showed you, Lara's got her Air Motion new number on that I'm trying out for them. So yeah, I'm giving it a test in these hot conditions. It's lovely. It's what I like, is that it's not dropped down there, yeah, and it's not moved on the saddle. So all good so far. So we're gonna sort out what we're doing, get past these people walking up, and then we'll start the questions. Got to mention that the breeches are also Shires, but I've had them a while, so you've seen them, guys, so they're not new and exciting.
Her favourite breeches.
My favourite breeches. I do wear them 24/7. So this could go very wrong because I've got 2 phones in my hand right now. But we'll just see how it goes. Mum's going to ask some questions, I'm going to ask some questions. It's just all in all going to be a really fun video to watch, isn't it, Mum?
I hope so.
You're going to have a great time. So buckle in and let's go.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride. First question. They're just random, by the way, and I won't have a chance to do all of them. But if you like the video, comment below and then we'll do it again sometime, won't we, Mum?
We could do if it goes well.
If it goes well,
See,
don't fall off or break the phone.
If we can't answer the questions, then we might not.
So it'll be a bit random, but we'll go for it. First one, why did you choose to do eventing? I think I just sort of fell into it from the pony club. I always loved watching it. We used to go to Blenheim horse trials to watch every year, didn't we? Because we lived quite close to it. And then, yeah, I was put on the pony club teams when I was 12? No, 11.
Yeah, well,
was 11 or before that.
Dressage, didn't you, from about 8?
Yeah, I
You
just
did pony club.
I just
area
liked it.
dressage.
Yeah, I just liked it all. Oh, hang on, there's some logs. And I never really got in with like the show jumping crowd, so I think it was just the obvious choice.
Fallen logs, despite the fact that they event.
So we're going to go past the logs and we'll get on to the next
We'll come
question.
back to you.
My bravest event horse, and she's being an absolute tit with these fallen logs. We did just whip round and swiftly trot the other way, but off we go. We'll get back to question time in a minute, Mum.
That wasn't a great start, really, was it?
No, it wasn't a great start. Right, I do feel like we're dicing with death here because we're not past all the logs, but we're attempting to film again. So yeah, I think it was always just the obvious choice for me. I just liked the fact that it was 3 different things. Like, it's quite difficult.
Challenging, isn't it? Getting everything right. All
Yeah,
based on the same
yeah,
day.
exactly.
And we quite enjoy that challenge.
Yeah, I like the fact that 90% of the time I feel like I'm a rubbish rider. And next question. So, what age did you start riding? I started when I was like 3.5. Because didn't we get Barney when I was 4?
Yeah.
I think I got my first pony when I was like 4.5, but I'd been riding him because he was my friend's pony. I'd been going to ride him after school a bit when I was probably about 4 or just before 4. Do you own the yard you keep your ponies on? I mean, not me personally. Very lucky we moved to Worcestershire last year.
Yep.
Bought a place with stables and land at the house, which has always been our dream. So yeah, really lucky to have them at home. Got 6 stables in a like American barn, and then we're actually putting up 2 more stables.
Yes.
To put 2 more ponies in. How do you get a young horse ready for their first event? What training?
Depends where they're at, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
What
depends
level they
whether
come
you're
to you
talking
at.
about from breaking or from just schooling up. But yeah, always try and get them cross-country schooling in a couple of different venues if you can.
Yeah.
To do different
And
waters
we would
and
usually
stuff.
go somewhere and do some dressage competitions.
Yeah,
and some
we
show
sort of
jumping.
tried to do the dressage
So-
and show jumping on its own before, and then just hope that on the day it sort of comes together. But
It's tricky, isn't it?
it is tricky. But
Sometimes
yeah.
they just have to be thrown in at the deep end.
Yeah, we often find that's a good way of doing it. And bringing in places like this, like I bought Jam 2 days ago and just made her walk over loads of silly logs and like puddles and stuff like that. It's just good for them to do things like that and learn when they're out hacking. What are your plans with the babies? So Brinny's obviously the Welsh section D we got from the sales, who's half sister to Bear. Yeah, she's half sister, isn't she? So she will be broken in, produced a bit and sold because I expect she'll be Bear height.
Same sort of size.
Yeah, and then I'm hoping Ari and Winnie will be like forever horses and hopefully go an event and sort of go up to novice and 1-star, 2-star, but you don't know. We'll sort
Long-term plan.
Yeah, that's the long-term plan in an ideal world, but who knows if they'll want to be event horses, they might want to be dressage horses or hacking horses,
We'll just go with it.
but we'll see. Best and worst memory with the ponies, I think that's for both of us. Best and worst memory.
Obviously, going to badminton was fabulous.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to not say. Although saying that, my best one was almost actually qualifying at Western rather than because it was just such a. It was just I've been waiting for it for so long.
Yeah.
And then my worst, God, there's been a lot of those as well. It would have to be either when I was supposed to be taking Ace, my old retired grey pony who we still got, to the area championships for eventing, because I think he'd won the qualifier, hadn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
And like the week before I took him up the gallops, and I was going with my mate's pony who was on the team, and he spooked into Ace and Ace did a check ligament. So that was so heartbreaking. Or it'll be one of the many, many times Lara's decided she's doesn't want to be sound anymore. What about you, Mum? Worst memory?
Yeah, that was gutting. not going to the pony club champs, wasn't it? Actually, we did go. We took Miffy.
Yeah, we did still go, but we
Still
we had a pony on loan to take. But
yeah, no, I think that's probably.
tell you what, another bad one was having my first competition pony put down. My dad drove to my school. He walked into my art class. I just burst into tears because I knew what he was going to say. But yeah, so there are definitely some bad memories with horses, but lots of good ones as well.
Got to take the lows with the highs.
Yep. Right, my arm is about to fall off, so I think that's done for this page. I'm going to give it a rest and then let Mum read out some questions. Okay, right, coming to you from a different angle because my bingo wings are absolutely killing me. So Mum, take it away.
Okay, which ponies do you plan on keeping?
None of them. So yeah, hopefully, like I just said, Ari and Arwen, and then probably Lara, because I don't think we could sell her because no one would want her, and then D.
Yeah,
They're the definites, aren't they?
Definite.
And obviously Ace, the old pony, won't be going anywhere.
Well, that's definitely 5, isn't it?
That's definitely 5, but yeah, that's probably the definite.
Out of all the horses you've had, who is your favourite? Question to both of you. Wow.
Wait, I think we're going to say the same one, so I'm going to count us down and we're going to see if we say the same, okay? Have you got an answer in your head?
Out of all the ponies,
all the horses we've ever owned.
Oh God, I'm not sure I can choose one.
I had one come straight to mind. Because I'm not counting the ones we've got now.
Oh, not the ones we've got now?
Well, I've just decided we're not.
Okay. Well, yeah, because that'd be tough.
So out of the ones, I'll say the ones we've not, previous ones.
We've had.
You ready for me to count down?
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1, then we'll say it after that. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hazy. Damn it! Oh. Is Tuna your favourite?
Oh.
Tuna was the competition pony I was telling you about who sadly got put down. She was amazing.
She was Meg's first little competition pony, wasn't she?
She was so
amazing.
Cute.
She looked after you.
She was like a little 12-2 Welsh Section B.
Yeah.
Just funny. Just so funny.
Fab.
I'll put a picture in if I can find one.
Yeah, and Hazy was lovely.
Yeah, so Hazy was like my first kind of proper project pony who I ended up keeping for a while. She was done Connemara mare. Put a picture in now. She was just really sweet, and I always regretted selling her a bit because it was kind of before I got better at dressage, and she just had so much more potential, but I wasn't good enough to get it out of her at that time.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Oh well.
But she went to a lovely home, and she's still with them, enjoying her hunting. So
yes, she went to a very nice home.
Yeah, and we've been really lucky. We've had some fantastic horses and ponies.
Yeah, that is hard to be fair. There have been a lot.
Tough.
But yeah, I really thought we were both going to say Hazy. Okay, right, I managed to get Mum to swipe it, so I think we're back on track.
Meg, so, you're going to like this one. Do either of you have a normal job that isn't producing and selling ponies? And if so, what do you do?
Well, I am just finished being a student.
Yes, literally last month.
Literally found out I got a first 2 days ago, so that was quite cool.
So you have been very busy studying.
I have been very busy. Either earn money producing the ponies, or like sometimes work at the pub a bit, or riding other people's ponies and like stuff like that. Mum, you sort of do have a proper job, but you run it yourself.
What's that, looking after you?
No, your properties, you fool.
Yes, so I've been involved with property
development and
renovation.
Yeah, that's a good word, renovation.
But I am the wrong side of 50 now, and not really wanting to do that too much longer.
Oh, give over.
If you could buy a horse tomorrow and name it anything, what would it be?
Oh,
that's a tricky one too.
What's
your favourite horse name?
I really want to call, if Dee ever has a foal, I really want to call it Dorothy. For some reason, call it Dotty, as it's like a cute name.
Yeah, that is sweet, isn't it? Yeah.
I really like Ava as a name, but we've had a foal called Ava before.
We have. Yeah.
What's the other ones we always say that we really like? Like, what were the other ones we were thinking with Winnie? Arietti. We really like Arietti. We quite like old-fashioned names that like are a bit different.
Yeah.
yeah.
What about gelding names we struggled with a bit more, didn't we?
Because we're mares through and through, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Right, Mum?
Okay.
They're down now, well done. There you go.
Which horse is the sweetest?
Do you know what? I feel like it's Aoife.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's hard because sometimes Lara can just be so nice. Like, I assume you're talking about on the ground.
They have all got their really sweet
Yeah.
sides, but they're like people. They also have their grumpy, moody
Yeah,
bits as well, don't they?
like people. They're grumpy bits.
But I have to say, Aoife genuinely is.
Aoife just loves a cuddle, doesn't
Yeah, and she really likes people. And we haven't had any sort of moody, grumpy marish.
she?
Have
No.
we?
Whereas Dee can be really sweet, but sometimes she can just be like, if you touch me, I'm going to kill you. So, she's a bit like Mum, I'd say Dee is.
I get on very well with Dee.
Yeah.
I understand her. Right, okay. Oh gosh. Plans for the future?
Hopefully get back to badminton. That's a big plan.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, in terms of like my life, I sort of continued producing the ponies a bit, but I'm quite keen to like obviously continue doing the vlogging and like the marketing side of things, and then maybe get a marketing type job
You'd like to
but
be
with
involved in
horses.
the horse
Yeah, exactly.
world,
So I'd
wouldn't
love
you?
to be able to sort of use my vlogging things, but then actually start to make some money out of it and do that.
Yeah, and support your poor mother.
Yeah. What about your plans, Mum? What
plans?
retirement home are you going to go to? You would love to start your own Connie stud, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's like Mum's dream.
If I ever won the lottery,
Yeah.
that's what I'd do.
Yeah.
Start a Connie stud.
Right, my arm is aching
Okay,
like crazy,
we'll have a
so I'm
break.
going to swap.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
okay.
Swapped arms again.
Which horse does the better dressage test? Ooh,
It's definitely Bear, without a question. She just gets the best marks.
yeah.
Like,
She's
yeah.
so consistent. Isn't she?
Really consistent, and she moves so nicely, and the
Yeah.
judges just love her. Like, she's just so cute. So, yeah.
Perhaps I should keep my dress on.
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay. Which horse has the most scope? I'm guessing that means jumping.
It's got to be Bear again, hasn't it? She's just got such a big jump.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like it's got to be Bear.
Yeah.
She doesn't look that thrilled about it. Bear, come on. Just said you're the scopiest and the best dressage.
Wow, Bear, well done.
She's like, I don't care.
Getting left behind.
Couldn't
now.
care less. Bear, come on, walk on. Spit and I'll do that bit.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, next one. Which horse have you had the longest?
Ace.
Ace. We've
Ace.
had him since you were 10, haven't we?
Yeah, but if you're talking about like ones I compete now, it'd be Lara. Had
Yep.
Lara like 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah, you were pretty young, weren't you?
Yep. Hey,
Right.
doodle.
Okay, another one from Perfectly Done.
Oh,
What drew you to Bear? We felt sorry for her, didn't we?
we felt really sorry for her and the fact she was done.
Yeah.
We just loved duns, and we were just like, I don't know, it was just a really little, like a sad
Yeah,
little
a
advert.
Cute face.
Yeah, we were just like, oh, we've got to have her.
Yeah.
We didn't actually go and see her, did we?
No,
We
she just turned up.
just a Facebook ad, and we thought, yep, we'll have that.
What a little poppet. Okay. How do you stay so confident riding, even with the bad times? Your mum is fab. I like this person. Hello, Jasmine.
Mum, you didn't have to read that last bit. I don't know. It's difficult that because I think I come across a lot more confident than I actually am. Like, I do get quite nervous, but when I get nervous, my way of showing it, which Mum knows, is to be quite sort of like stern-faced and look quite confident and be quite just like, yeah, I'm fine. And everyone always comes up to me and they're like, oh, like, how do you keep so cool? And I'm like, I'm not cool. That's just what I do when I'm bricking it.
I think you go into sort of a job's got to be done mode, don't you?
Yeah,
Just gotta
I think,
get on
and
with
it's
it.
weird. Like, I get nervous in the warm-up, but then as soon as I'm taking off for that first fence, I ride completely differently. But that's why I sometimes have the first fence down, because up until that point, I am still quite nervous. But I'd say for me, like, it's just so helpful having multiple rides, because like having the fall on Bear, going straight out and eventing her would have been quite tough. But I got to go out on D and do Howick, and we won, and that just builds my confidence back up. So then when I do get round to eventing Bear, I think I'll feel a lot better than I would have if I'd gone straight out on her after
Yeah.
Badminton. So I'm really lucky in that sense. I do have that option.
I think the other thing is having people support you around
Yeah.
you, isn't it? Like being able to have lessons.
Yeah,
It's
go
really
and have some
helpful.
lessons. and just step down a level. Like, it's not the end of the world. If you've had a bad time at 100, go and do a 90 or like whatever level you're doing.
290s or whatever.
Yeah, like it's not the end of the world to be like, actually, I need to build up my confidence again. And I think some people think that it's like embarrassing almost to do that, but it's just better for you, better for the horse. Oh, we've got a bike. Hold on. Again, we have to go down a steep little bit, so we couldn't film.
By the stream now.
Yeah, by the lovely river, so we follow that along for a bit. You can't really see it, but we have to cross it in a minute, so that'll be fun.
Oh, that'll be fun. Okay, Megs, will you go and do BHS exams, British Horse Society exams? And did you do the pony club when you were younger?
So yeah, I am planning on going to those exams probably, aren't I? So I'll then be qualified to teach. So that is like a plan, but quite when I'll do it is another question. Coming up to 2 puddles, and I'm worried we might leap, but we'll see. And if we leap, we end up in there. Oh, no, we didn't leap. Okay, so then, did I do pony club? Yes, I did. I started pony club pretty much as soon as I got a pony.
About 4.5.
About 4.5, and did it till I was, what was I, about 14?
I think about, 14, 15.
14, 15.
Rejoined, didn't you?
I did rejoin last year, yes. Age 21. Can't remember why we did that. I think it was,
You were thinking of doing your B test.
I wasn't doing my B test, but then with uni and everything, it just wasn't plausible.
Uni and moving house.
Yes. Right, next question, Mum, and maybe, walk out a bit.
Okay, hang on. What is your biggest achievement and biggest letdown?
Biggest achievement, probably getting to badminton. Biggest letdowns, falling off at badminton.
Well, I think your biggest personal achievement was getting your first.
My personal one, yeah. No, I think they mean horsey achievement though, Mum.
Oh, right.
Definitely biggest achievement is getting to badminton. I mean, biggest letdown, I don't really know. I've done some stupid things, like miss out a fence when Bear was supposed to win, and like mess up my timings and stuff like that. Wait for Bear, darling. But yeah, I'd say that's... Would you say that, Mum? Are there any other...
Yeah, no, I think that's fair enough.
Mum?
Okay, oh, right, we've got one from somebody called Freya now.
Oh, wonder who that could be.
I don't know.
Might be my future sister-in-law, that.
She wants to know, why are you so cute though?
Oh, hang on, we've got horsey friends.
Right.
I mean, I was born this way, that's all I can say.
For a minute.
Right, so we're having some difficulties with Lara walking a million miles per hour and Bear walking slowly. No, ouch! Lara! Okay.
Apart from badminton again, what are your goals and aspirations for your competition ponies this year?
This year, that's hard because, like, really, badminton is all I'm thinking about.
Well, we would like to start thinking about getting Jam out at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And aiming her for the Burley 80
That is
next
very
year.
good point, Mum. Good point. Yeah, there's the Burley 80 Championships, which is similar to the badminton one, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
80.
And we've never been to Burley.
No.
So we're very excited
So that
about
would be a big aim, but that might be more of a next year aim, but we'll see.
Well, I think the regional finals are already happening for that.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean qualifying next year, but we'll see. Yeah. But other than that, I'd love to get Dee and Lara up to some 105s and some 1 stars, but that again might not be this year because I do really just want to focus on badminton.
Was your mum horsey before you were, or has it developed through her love of horses?
Go on, Mum, take it away.
Yes.
The stage is yours.
I was horsey, but never as good as Meg, I have to say. But I was very lucky and grew up, spent my childhood years in a village just outside of Newmarket. So
Yeah.
had a lot of exposure to horses and
You did.
actually worked with racehorses for a bit when I was still at school and just finished.
Yeah, Mum was literally like, she always puts me to shame because she was one of those horsey girls that like, your parents weren't horsey but they let you have a horse, didn't they? But she'd be up at like 5 or 6 every morning, mucking out before school, then like probably walk to school knowing you, and then walk back to the yard, do all the do the horse. Meanwhile, there's me like in bed till 8, but you know, they make them 2 ways. But yeah, no, you are horsey through and through, aren't you, Mum?
Yep.
I think that I was always going to be horsey. As soon as you were a girl, that was that. It was
Yeah, thank goodness.
going to make it horsey.
Thank goodness. Okay,
Yeah.
what happened to your music on the YouTube intro?
So basically, YouTube have got like loads of copyright laws on songs, and it basically turned out that I couldn't use it, so I've had to change it. The one I've got now I'm not planning on keeping forever. It's just like a temporary one until I find one I like that I'm actually allowed to use. But yeah, copyright reasons, unfortunately.
It's a shame because we liked that.
We did like it. It's quite sassy, but
Yeah.
oh well.
Okay, next one, a quick one. When did you get your first pony, and what was his or her name?
So just after 4, like 4.5, like we've just said, and he was called Barney. Is he Welsh as well? A little grey pony.
I think he was little Welsh ale.
I'll try and find a picture of him. We've got to the river, so I'm going to have to depart. Right, we're going again.
Okay, as their jumps so big, did you have trouble with refusals in the beginning?
I mean, yeah, basically she wouldn't jump anything, would she?
No, she was
She just,
very
yeah.
lacking in confidence.
Yeah, I think someone at some point has loose jumped her to high heaven. So she was just really did not want to jump. So yeah, it took us ages to get her over like poles, and then introducing fillers was a whole new story.
Yeah. She's always been very spooky, hasn't she?
Always been really spooky. But now, touch wood, she's generally quite good. Like she's still really spooky, but she does sort of know that she's expected to go over it most of the time. Not all the time. But yeah, definitely problems at the start.
Next one. Has your mum evented before?
No? Oh, baby.
No, never. But there's still time.
I want to get her doing wobbleberries on D.
Still thinking about the wobbleberry challenge.
Yep. I reckon one day we'll get her out. If
You
enough
never know,
people
you never
comment
watch
saying,
this space.
get Jeanette out of venting, I reckon she'll do it.
We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Which horse would you most likely take to Hoys and Olympia? Oh, probably won't take horse to Hoys.
No, we probably wouldn't, but I guess if we were going to, would it be D to do like that search for a star?
Yes.
I guess, oh God. It'd be D or Bear, I guess, to do like a native class, because I'd never be able to go in the show jumping. 'Cause A, I'm so old, and B,
That'd be a bit.
it'd be terrifying. Just waiting for the next question.
Right, we've done that page. Who's your fave pony to event? From Rosie.
It's hard because if I could combine all three on the day, I'd do that. I'd have Bear for dressage, D for show jumping, and Lara for cross country.
Oh, what a good idea.
I know, but I'd say if I just have one, it would be between D and Lara actually, because Lara just gives you such a good feeling cross country, but D's just so consistent like across all three. I do love taking Bear out, but my heart's often in my mouth, you know, with the big jumps and everything, so I wouldn't say she's my favourite. Sorry, Bear.
Emily Rose, who says, I think talking about your comment about my age yesterday, young lady. Emily says,
What did I say?
3 figures. She doesn't look a day over 30. Thank you, Emily. I'm very grateful.
Well, all I'll say to that, Emily, is that looks can be very deceiving, can't they?
It's all the fresh air, Emily.
It's because I made a mean comment about Mum on my Insta stories, saying that she's not going to answer questions about her age, but that she is over 3 figures. Which obviously she's not. Look at her. Look at her, the goddess. Right, we've got a bridge, so again, going to have to leave. Okay, bear with us, having a little trot up the steep hill. And then we will get back to the big interview with Mum, won't we?
Okay.
Yeah. Guess who's back? Back again. Okay, right. The one and only.
Ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Born ready, Mum.
From My Flying Connie.
Ooh, that's cool
I
now.
think we might have covered this. What is both of your proudest moments? The thing you are most glad happened?
Oh, was it my birth, Mum?
Yes. Your 3 brothers.
My Well, do you know what? I'm not actually going to say Babington for that.
No? Okay.
I'm going to say getting my like brand ambassador and sponsorship things, because I was so desperate to have those, and like I feel Lara, stop blowing your nose. I feel like I really worked for them, like I grafted a lot, so I'm really proud that happened, and pleased with that.
Yep, absolutely.
What about you, Mum? What was that? You just going to jump on the bandwagon?
I'm always proud of you.
Always. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, what do you both of you regret the most with horses? Oh, this is by my flying Connie as well.
Buying them? Is that getting into them in the first place?
Well, there's been many times where we have had the opportunity to buy a pony or a horse.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
And then we've regretted it, haven't we? Sometimes?
Yes,
So
so the amount of times we're like, should have bought that done Connemara.
Yeah, that's our most common regret.
That is our most common regret, but there's just tiny things with horses, like for example Bear the other day with her eyes, it's just like, oh, why didn't we keep her in? But there's like, I feel like with horses there's so many like, why didn't we do that? But you just can't dwell on it, because you make your decisions in the moment and what's best at that time.
Life, isn't it?
Yeah.
These things happen.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, maybe not buying them, and then sometimes it's not buying them, sometimes it's buying them. There was an ex-racer we bought that we shouldn't have, and there was a Connie we bought that we shouldn't have. But yeah, probably, yeah.
But that's
Like that.
life.
That is life. Right, I'm going to try and steady up to get Bear near me.
Sorry. How long has your mum been riding?
When did you start?
Quite a long time. Actually, I think I was about 5 when I started.
Right.
At little riding school.
So that would be like 155 years, is it?
On a little grey pony called Sixpence.
Oh,
So, well,
that's cute.
that started my
Similar
life.
age then, both of us.
And I haven't really improved very much in all that time. So that's a bit
Oh,
depressing.
give over. Don't be like that. You're doing Wobbleberry in a few weeks.
How to structure a meaningful flat work session and make it more fun and challenging? Abby wants to know.
Ooh. Well, often when I go for lessons, I'll try and ask them for exercises to take away. So then I'll probably do them in my flat work sessions. But I'd say, like, before you start, like, sit down and think what you want to get out of the session. And then, yeah, try and achieve that. Do regular breaks. And another thing to say is, like, if you've sat down and set an aim, if you achieve that aim in the first 20 minutes, just go in. Like, if they've done well,
Or go for a short hack.
yeah, like, just let them. There's a lot to be said for, like, picking a moment to stop, and be like, right, we'll end on a good note, rather than keep pushing it. But yeah, I'd say just like get some fun exercises to do, if that will help you concentrate more, and like, yeah, just sort of.
And mix it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll do pole sessions,
Yeah.
won't you?
Yeah.
Or you'll work on, sometimes we'll choose, say it's a stretching session.
Yeah, exactly.
Bending, working on that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I'd just say set yourself aims and what you want to get out of it, and then you'll feel better at the end if you've got it. And if you haven't achieved it, you know sort of how to structure the next one.
Okay. From Hayley, what do you hope to do as a career?
I'd probably sort of, like I've said, stick in like the horsey area, like maybe working for one of the brands that I'm currently supported by, or like, yeah, sort of going to marketing for horsey stuff, but we'll see. Who knows, I could continue doing social media. We've got a pram, so that is our cue to leave.
Both of you, if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Only eat one thing.
Oh my goodness.
Is that like one cuisine? Can I pick Italian? Hayley, we can't answer it. It's too hard a question.
You stumped us with that one.
There you go. We've just named a lot of foods we like to eat.
Is your mum going to start a YouTube channel? Well, now there's an idea.
There is an idea, but Mum, you can barely turn your laptop on. I don't think you'll be able to.
I'm afraid, my crazy ponies, I can't even really get the questions up on this.
No, she's not great with the old technology. Plus, like, we're sort of a team now, aren't we?
We are the A-team. It's unlikely that's going to happen.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Got my arm. I'm just having a bit of low down time.
Okay.
There you go. Have the sky. Oh, we're back.
Sorry. Will you ever event Lara again? Lara, do you want to answer that?
Lara, are you going to be sound again for me to event you? Yes.
We hope so.
We hope so, yeah. I mean, I take every day as it comes with Lara, because she has got sort of underlying lameness issues, if you like. So I'd love to event her again. That is the plan, but she's a horse at the end of the day, so who knows. But hopefully she's going to go do a regional final in October.
That's what we're hoping.
That is the plan of land. Hey, donkey doodles.
Are you going to get a big horse next, or are you sticking with ponies?
Everyone's desperate for me to get a big horse. But I just want to put this out there. I've said this so many times. Lara is 16 hands. Lara's a horse.
15-3.
She's not 15-3, she's 16 hands. But 53 is still a horse. Sorry, it's just a bit of a, bit of a touchy subject.
We don't
No.
know.
Well, obviously, Arwen and Ari will probably both be around the 16 hand mark. But yeah, in an ideal world, I am sort of low key on the hunt for another horse for me to keep and produce. But I'm not going out and looking for it, if that makes sense. So if it crops up, we'll probably buy it. But if not, I'll continue producing the ponies to make some money and get more money in the pot to buy a horse.
But if
yeah.
anyone knows of a nice 15-2 that wants to go
Yeah.
into,
Yes, ideally I'll get a 4 or 5 year old to produce and keep and sort of take up to novice. But there's no time scale on that, I'm afraid.
no rush.
No rush. God, my
How
arm.
do you keep yourself fit for eventing?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I don't do anything additional to doing the horses. But obviously, I'll ride up to 5 a day, and then obviously all the mucking out, turning out, all the horsey duties just keep me fit enough to do it, I think. Okay, we're back with the left arm to get rid of those bingo wings.
How do you get
Sorry,
your
Mum, I've
ponies
lost you.
fit?
Oof, hacking, lots of hacking.
The packing.
We take them, we try and get them to the forest as much as we can, don't we? It doesn't always happen as much as we'd like to. Mum, I'm losing you.
Sorry.
But then we're really lucky we've got a lovely grass gallops and a little wood chip gallops that's like a 10-minute drive from us.
So they go there.
So we try and go there. But yeah, long steady hacks we find is good because it's good for their joints. It's not too taxing on them, and it does actually build up a really good base level of fitness. But saying that, I always want my horses fitter than what they are. So if anyone's got any fantastic tips, please comment below.
Oh, how do you keep your equine costs down? By having ponies.
Again, any tips? Right, I'm swapping hands because Lara's all over the shop. There's a tree. Yeah, I mean, I'm really lucky that obviously with the feed, I get a discount from the Pure Feed company because they support me, so that's a big help. I don't know, I feel like it's just little everyday things, isn't it? Like you just try and...
Well, we're lucky we have ponies at home.
Yeah, we're lucky we've got them at home so we can, if the weather's all right, they can stay out a bit longer, which means they eat a bit less hay.
And they live on practically nothing, don't they? They only
Yeah,
small amount of
so
feed.
their feed costs aren't too high. And then, I don't know, just little things, like if I was, I'll try and do riding club lessons because they're cheaper, because you can share with someone. Or I'll offer to help my instructor out a bit and get a free lesson in return. Hiring places, we'll try and find someone else to go with us to split the costs, won't we? But then some of them are just inevitable, entries are always expensive, fuel's
another
always
big cost is
expensive.
Shoes. So when
Shoe-
they're not eventing, they
Good
wear their shoes
point. They always have their shoes off in the winter. A, because it's cheaper, and B, because it's good for their feet. And the project ponies aren't shod, Aoife and Jam both aren't shod. So until they're up to 90 is our rule. They're not allowed shoes, unless they really need them. But yeah.
So all those tips. Okie dokie. How often?
Oh, hang on, Mum. Hold on. I've got to get rid of a fly for Lara. Okay. Fly is gone.
Okay. How often and who does your mum ride?
So you ride quite a lot now, Mum.
I think I ride most days, don't I?
I wouldn't go as far as most days.
5 days a week.
Do you think?
I think so.
Some weeks it varies.
And I usually ride, Bear.
Bear's your
Woody. They're
favourite,
my
yeah.
favourites.
Well, they're the only two you ride, aren't they?
I've ridden Aoife.
Yeah, you've ridden Aoife once.
Aoife Taglioni.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Bear and Dee are Mum's favourites because they're just...
Probably need to branch out.
They're the most experienced and they're the nicest. They do still have their moments.
What horses did your mum have?
Oh, go on, Mum.
Now or
Take
when
the
I was a
stage.
child, do you think?
I guess when you were,
When I was younger.
growing up.
I didn't
Yeah.
really have many. I had sort of a lone pony, and then I had a couple. I had a grey Welsh pony called Chance, and at one time a chestnut cross Arab.
Ooh.
A chestnut Arab cross Welsh, sorry, called
Ah.
Sultan.
Oh, I bet that moved.
Yeah, he was nice, but he was a bit wild.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine. Welsh
Not
cross
very
Arab.
good in traffic, and it has left me with a bit of a lasting fear of.
Yeah, it has actually. You're not a big fan of
No,
road
that was
hacking.
his fault.
Yeah.
So And now, share yours, don't I?
Yep, now,
I don't need my own.
yeah, Mum doesn't want her own.
No.
She just likes these ones.
Okay, so, Flynn jumping. What was both of your weekly schedules when were you at uni? And you were at uni before?
Well, my weekly schedule was probably get up around 12, watch some Netflix. No, I'm joking. So basically this year at uni I was quite lucky because I had lectures on Monday, Tuesday and Thursday, and then I had Fridays off. Oh, hang on, I've got a fly in, Lara. Sorry. So yeah, I'd be in uni and I'd go to my lectures in the morning, and then I'd do work, go to the library, and then I'd come home Thursday nights and sometimes go back Monday mornings before my 9 a.m. or go back late on a Sunday.
So that worked well, but it was ever such a lot of
It was a lot of driving for me if I was doing it and like, one week, it was crazy, but I think it was before badminton or something.
You came back in between.
I came back after my 9 a.m. on Tuesday, went back for my lecture on Thursday, came back on Thursday, then went back on the following Monday. So yeah, a lot of driving for me, and then poor Mum's weekly schedule was just manic, wasn't it, basically?
It was pretty busy. But luckily I had our lovely friend Becky.
Yeah, Becky, who part owns EFA.
She came in
Who's
3 or 4
spoken
mornings a week.
Yeah, so you and
Helped
Becky
me
would sort of hack out a lot, wouldn't you? And then just, yeah, all the mucking out.
So that was how we managed.
Oh, another fly.
Oh dear.
Basically, Lara tries to buck you off if you don't get flies off her, so that's why I'm stopping filming to do it. Okie dokie. Back again.
Okay, so now somebody, I've lost the chapter for a minute, said, how high have you jumped?
How have you jumped? Not very high.
Probably some of your biggest jumps, or when you were working for Lucy or
yeah.
Jump a few bigger fences.
So those I do like courses of like 110, 115, but I feel like single fence, like probably at a high jump thing, probably like 120 maybe.
Yeah.
But like that's literally just one fence at a little country show. Probably on Ace.
Okay, so somebody from End Dressage saying, might be too late, but do you think you'd ever keep a colt and tyre? And she says, have a lovely ride.
Oh, thank you.
We have had a lovely ride, haven't
We have had a lovely ride.
Really nice.
Keeping a colt and tyre. I mean, if Mum wanted to start a Connie stud, if we ever did that, then maybe, but
I feel at the moment we haven't got the facilities.
Yeah, at the moment we couldn't keep a stallion.
With all our mares, it would be lethal.
Yeah, so we'd need to win the lottery and have a massive
but yeah,
estate.
Who knows? Maybe some Connie stallions.
Maybe one day some Connie stallions, we'll see.
That would be nice.
Going up a really steep, narrow bit.
How do you sit a horse that has such a massive jump like that?
I don't know, I've just gotten used to it. I've done loads of like young horses over my time, like literally since I was a child I did little young horses, so I think that got me quite like a sticky seat. But just, yeah. Oh, trees, hang on, there's my face. I'd say like lower leg sort of a bit forward, not like hunter position, but like a bit forward and weight in your heels, and then just don't go too far forward. That's all I'll say, because you could come unstuck on landing.
What's the most rewarding and the hardest thing about bringing on your youngsters?
The most rewarding is probably when you get to like that end point and you're sat on them and they're really nice and you just think like, wow, like I've actually made this.
Yeah.
And tell you what I really like as well is when someone else rides them, because you sort of get used to them and you're constantly thinking, oh, I need to improve that, I need to improve that. And then someone else sits on them and they say to you like, God, they're really nice, and you think, oh, okay, like that was actually like, if someone else enjoys riding them, like I've done a good job. Hardest thing, it's just all the setbacks you'll have. Like it is really natural, but yeah, like sometimes things just take so much longer than you think they should have, or like you'll have a really bad result at an event, and then it's kind of like, then you get the opposite. You're like, oh, like I've produced this horse, so it must be my fault if they're going wrong, sort of thing. Ups and downs,
isn't it?
Yeah. But no, I absolutely love doing it. So made it back to the box. Ooh, where's Mum? There you are. Get untacked, give a little sponge off, and get back to a few questions in the lorry, and then say goodbye, because I expect this vlog is painfully long by now. So if anyone's still here, we will answer a few more questions. heading home, so we'll do a few more questions before we get back. I think I've just scratched my forehead, so if I've got massive scratch marks, it's me doing it, not Mum attacking me. Okay, someone's asked for a stable tour. I am going to get around to doing that, I promise, and the Meet the Horses vlog. They are like they're in motion, but
yeah, just been so busy recently, haven't we?
it takes so long, like filming and editing, and like obviously then have to do all the horses and stuff. Tips for platting, again, I am going to do a vlog of that. What are your plans for after uni? Are you going to get another pony? So I'll probably get more project ponies. Well, I'll definitely get more project ponies. I'll probably play with ponies for a bit and like continue the social media stuff and like the sponsorship deals and things like that. And then look into, well, see where it takes me.
See what happens.
If you didn't have the ponies in your life, what would you do?
Wow.
What would we do? We'd have so much time.
We've got no idea.
We always say this. We're like, what do normal people do? Like, I don't know.
Give us some suggestions.
Yeah, comment below with what people do, because we really don't know. I guess we just aimlessly walk around fields trying to find horses to pet. Ultimate goals with the horses, 5-star question mark. No. Everyone always says that, like all my family, like, oh, like we'll be watching the Olympics one day. No, you won't. I'm not good enough, and I've not got the balls to do it. I've always just wanted to produce ponies and horses, like
get the best out of them.
Novice, yeah. So yeah, I'd like to, in an ideal world, go up to novice and be happy there and do some nice, like do Gatcombe and stuff. But that's as far as I'll.
And go back to Birmingham.
And back to Birmingham, the little one. What is your relationship like? Assuming with
Our
you.
relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Horrible. And someone else did ask us, do we argue?
Yeah,
Do we?
sometimes.
Oh, Mum, what do we argue about? Yeah, no, I'd say, especially now, like when I was a bit younger, I'd say we'd argue more, wouldn't we? I guess like when I was like a teenager and I wanted to be cool.
Yeah.
But to my credit, I did always do a lot of horses, didn't I? But they were like, yeah, that's probably when we argued more. Now, like I would say we have a really good relationship. Like we spend so much time together.
Yeah, I mean we couldn't do it if we didn't have a relationship, could we?
But we do still argue. Like she does annoying things. I never do.
Mostly Meg does annoying things.
The mostly we'd argue about, it's always about the horses. I always say that, I don't know what we'd argue about if it wasn't about the horses.
That's true.
Because we don't argue other than the horses, do we?
No.
I literally can't think of any examples.
No, that's true.
But the horses, it will be about a couple of times a year we'll have an argument about me not getting out of bed early enough. I feel like that's rolling around soon as well. I can sense that one coming up because recently it's been after 8 before I get out to the yard.
An early morning
She gets up naturally at like 6:30.
And I like the horses done early.
Yeah, so that's a common one.
Yeah.
And then just like if we disagree on things to do with the horses, say like if I want to put them out overnight and Mum wants to keep them in or something, we might have a little grumble about that.
Yeah, that's rare, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think I know that Mum's the boss really. So normally what Mum says goes. It's if I'm feeling brave one day and I try and question it.
But we'd usually have a discussion.
Yeah,
wouldn't we?
yeah.
And we'd work something out. It's rare that we fall out.
Or forgetting things. I forgot my girth and went to the gallops and she made me ride bareback up the gallops. Yeah, true story, true story. Yeah, so those are like the main things.
Yeah.
Nothing, it's never too deep, is it? It's just like,
no, we usually get on pretty well.
We're normally pretty good, but my goodness, she is the queen of silent treatment. I think we've gone like nearly a week not saying a word to each other and still spending the same amount of time together, still doing the horse every single day, but just silence. I think I'm good at it, but you could go to the Olympics doing silent treatment.
Can we do that again?
Crazy. No. I always thought when I started vlogging, I was like, what am I going to do if Mum's in one of her silent moods? Like, I won't be able to vlog. But yeah, no. All in all, we get on very well, don't we, darling?
We do, yes. Just as well.
What's your favourite part of horse riding? Show jumping, dressage, cross country? Definitely not show jumping.
No.
I really enjoy my dressage because I like the fact that you can just constantly improve it. Like you can with the jumping as well, but I feel like there's always room to improve it, which I like. But then I really enjoy the cross country once I'm out of the start box.
Yeah. I think for me it's the dressage I like. That's probably my favourite.
Yeah, there's just a lot of room for improvement, isn't there? And like,
and it's satisfying, isn't it?
And like, yeah, I like horses going correctly and working properly, and it takes time. Like, it's not like a quick fix kind of thing.
And it's not as scary as the jumping.
Not as scary. Who's your favourite pony / horse? I guess that means out of the ones we've got now.
Well, they're all lovely. I know it's very diplomatic thing to say, but they are really all lovely.
They've all, like, every single one of them, you can say loads of things you love about them.
Yeah.
Like, they're all different.
They're all special.
I think we've always said if we could only have one, we'd have Dee, because she's so versatile.
Yeah, and you could do anything. I can take her to riding
and then I could event her the next day.
Yeah,
but
so she's a special girl, but
doesn't necessarily mean she's the favourite.
No, and she has her. She can have her moody moments.
She can have her moments. Boy, oh boy. But yeah,
it used to be funny taking Megan out when Megan was a sort of teenage. Well, maybe we weren't even a teenager, but hormonal. Oh no,
I was a teenager when I first got Dee.
And then hormonal mare. That was always fun outing.
Sparks would fly. How old are the foals now? Brinny and Winnie. Mum hates me for calling them that.
Yeah. Hey, I've just realised it's Wynn's birthday in a few days. 7th of July.
It'll be her first birthday.
Yeah.
And then Brinny's also 1. Harry is coming up for 2. How many horses / ponies have you had throughout your riding life?
Oh my goodness.
It's got to be over 50 surely. Because I counted years ago and it was like 35.
Oh my goodness.
I did project ponies from when I was like 10. So I would buy little ponies. So any tips on how to get your horse to jump bigger when you know they can do it, in brackets? Obviously you don't want to like rush them, you don't want to scare them, but I'd say grids are really good because you can build the fences up and the strides are sorted out for you. Do you think that, Mum?
Yeah, that's
like do a bit of
exercise.
Do a bit of grid work.
And you can build it the height up gradually and ending with a bigger
and it makes it easier for them.
Very helpful to have someone on the floor for that.
Yeah,
maybe a grid work
to make sure all your strides are right, and like you can have someone putting it up and down.
Hello!
Okay, right, so basically I've realised my phone really messed up and like didn't show loads of questions. So we've come on a hack with Jam and a dog walk. Mum's here. We're going to answer a few more. Any tips for teaching counter-canter?
Oh, that's a good one.
So we've just had to do this in our elementary tests. So yeah, I start from quite a young age and don't put any pressure on them, just so they know it's a thing. But obviously, like, come across the diagonal, but do it so you're going to like B, so do the short diagonal, so that when they're doing the counter-canter, they're doing it in a straight line, rather than getting to K or whatever and having to go around a corner, because that's really hard for them. So do it in a straight line. Also, what I sometimes do is say go across to the centre line, across the diagonal again, and then canter up the centre line, because it's just a bit easier for them, and then you can start making them do it for longer, and then eventually start taking them around corners. Dream horse, Mum. I know mine.
Oh gosh.
Classic Moe, I'd say. Jam, where are you going? You can tell this pony's 5, can't you? She can't even walk in a straight line.
It's because you're not concentrating on her.
Right, yeah, I'd say classic Moe.
I actually can't think of any at the moment.
Nice. Great answer from Mum there.
Yeah, leave that one with me. There's lots.
How do you overcome nerves when riding young horses in their first show? We have our first show soon.
Good girl.
Weirdly, it's the least nervous I get when I'm riding youngsters, because I just think they've never done it before, so if it goes rubbish, no one can blame me.
There's no pressure, is there?
But I'd say for their sake, yeah, you want to just try and keep it calm, like allow yourself plenty of time so you're not rushing, because that always makes you stressy. Maybe some deep breaths and breathing exercises, and just...
Maybe I should go first down here.
Okay,
it's a bit narrow, sorry.
Get there
mind the hole.
early and just walk the horses around and like let them see everything, because then they'll be less spooky. That filming is awful. Right, just gonna cut. Oh. Right, what was meant to be a quick vlog has turned into the longest vlog ever. And we're doing it in a million different places because of all these questions. So we've come down to sit outside, got some snacks, and we're going to do a couple of the last questions and then Finn.
Get me on to the next page because we answered most of those.
Sorry, technical issues. Right, fire away, Hobbit.
Okie dokie. Which event do you enjoy the most and why?
Probably Western Park. or Hambledon, but that's now been cancelled by BE.
That's a shame. Yeah, I like Western, and I really like Off Churchbury.
Oh yeah, we love Off Church.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because they're like galloping courses, like I like an old-fashioned gallopy type course.
Yeah. Okay. How many horses do you actually have?
9.
9.
9 horses.
Okay.
5 in work.
When was your worst fall?
I had like a semi-rotational on a 4-year-old on a sponsored ride, which was quite bad, on Abbey. Do you remember? You weren't there. Yeah. And then one on Ace where I went team chasing with him and I just could not control him. This was terrifying.
Yeah.
I had a gag in and I was coming round to a fence. It was in a hedge line and the other horses like undertook him and went through, and he just bolted, and I was turning and turning trying to get to the fence, and he just drifted and went straight into this hedge which had barbed wire both sides of it, and like we both sort of went semi through it, and I just like slit all of my wrists, all of my legs
that was
up the side. And then the fence judge came over and was like, buy a pelham for that pony or get it shot. And I was like, can I get back on please? He'll be fine now. Rude.
Okay. Did your mum used to compete at all? Not really. A little bit of
few
pony club
gymkhanas.
stuff. Yeah, years ago.
Bit of egg and spoon.
In the dark ages.
God, I'm sat like an idiot. Mum, you look all like graceful. I'm sat like a butch man.
Okay.
Sorry.
What's your opinion on boots? As I note, your ponies never have them on.
No, this could make the vlog a few hours long. Alright, settle back, guys.
Give me short.
Right. Basically, we have nothing against boots, but we struggle to find ones that fit really well. And we're both sort of the understanding that if they don't fit, they actually do more harm than good. Like, especially if the horses aren't known for hitting fences, then they can actually just end up restricting the tendon, like they stop them expanding when they land, because when they land,
and of course, they encourage it to heat up, don't they?
Yeah, and they cause additional heat which isn't needed. Obviously if they fit really well and they're like well air vented, there's like, I'm not saying there's not a place for boots, because obviously there is, and when you go up the levels there really is, because the horses are far more likely to hit things and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think ours have always been very, very careful.
Yeah. And to be fair, I did think my run at Off Church with Dee, like she did tap a few fences and I was like, oh okay, maybe it is time for her to start wearing some boots. But when I just want to find ones that fit really well and have good airflow.
Because I think boots that slip actually can cause more harm than good. So that's why.
But yeah, that's just our opinion.
Will you be buying more small ponies to produce, or are you looking for something bigger?
No, producing wise, I'll stick with ponies like 14.2ish. 14.2 to 15.2, but like with sort of the market we tend to go for is like 14.2, isn't it? And then, like I said earlier, try and find a horse to produce, but that'll be a long-term thing.
Has having horses given you and your mum a stronger bond, or do you think you would have been like that if you hadn't had them, I guess?
I mean, I wouldn't choose to spend any time with you if we didn't have them.
She doesn't mean that.
Yeah, no, we definitely have got a
it's a shared interest, isn't it?
Yeah. Whether I feel like we'd still be really close even if we didn't have horses, but
do something else. Dog breeding or something. Guinea pig breeding.
Guinea pig breeding.
That'd be a lot less trouble, a lot cheaper.
They have made us very close and made us spend a lot of time together, so
yeah,
sort of, I guess.
I'm hoping I'll get married off one day and that'll be that.
I highly doubt it. Look how greasy that hair is. No one's going to marry this.
That's what happens when you spend 3 hours in the forest.
I'll try and hold it a bit further away.
Okay, do you fall out with your mum at competitions?
Yeah.
Not often. Sometimes.
It's normally when she makes annoying comments that she knows like tensions are very high and she'll just have to say something, and I'm just like, that'll be when we'll have a little fallout, or if I do something stupid like missing out the fence or messing up the timing. But
sometimes you are funny, and I don't mean to be annoying, but like when you'll come out and you'll complain about dressage, which she always does, and I'll say, no, it wasn't all right, and then you'll say, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, that annoys me too. Just don't say anything to me.
And then she accuses me of being silent. You can't win. You can't win.
Not often, not anymore. To be fair, at Pony Club, everyone always saw us as like, oh, they're like the kid and mum that don't argue that much, because some Pony Club kids were like crazy at their mums.
Yeah.
So
we haven't had that.
We never have like a
shouting.
row.
No.
Like we'd never do that. It would just be like we'd just give each other a look like you're annoying me, and it'd be that, wouldn't it?
It would. Okay, when is Lara's next event? We don't really know.
You tell me. I'm hoping maybe September, because she could go out in August, but if the ground's too hard, it's a waste of time because she'll just go lame. So
she can't run on hard ground.
So maybe September if we get some rain.
A few rain dances, please.
Yep.
Who is the more horsey out of the two of you?
It's got to be equal, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I think me, because like you moan about spending time with them and like going to events loads, but then sometimes I think you because like they're literally all you think about.
Yeah.
Like Mum can't go out for dinner without being like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like what if the horses like go into the field and like they're always on your mind,
They
aren't
are,
they?
and I'm terrible on holiday.
Yeah,
Miss them like crazy.
Like, yeah, so I don't know. Both of us in different
We're both
ways.
pretty mad.
More snacks.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I like this person, Izzy. How does your mum manage to take photos and videos at the same time?
She doesn't. Have you seen the footage? It's awful.
I'm always in trouble for not doing enough photos or videos.
Often she doesn't. Often it's someone else filming.
Sometimes I have to get somebody else, a young person usually,
Yeah.
to do the videoing. But I appreciate that you think I'm so clever.
To be fair, sometimes you do manage it, but often
do
like
try.
it's just Sky in one of the devices and Floor in the other.
We often get the horse, but not Megan,
Well, that's not
which
a big
is
deal.
no bad thing, is
We
it?
don't mind about that.
Okay. Do you plan to breed from any of the girls?
Yep. D, definitely.
We'd definitely like to have a baby.
Probably
Connie, wouldn't we?
Maybe Lara again.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yep. But not for a while.
No. Okay, there's somebody that says you guys should come to New Zealand. That would be nice.
I mean, you pay for flights and put us up. We're there.
We'd love to go to New Zealand.
When can we do? August? We're free in August.
It's their winter. Could we come in the winter? Could we come in your summer?
Yeah. What about Christmas? Do you want to have us for Christmas?
That'd be lovely. We'd love to go
That
to New
is
Zealand.
so on the bucket list for both of us.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
really, really, really want to go.
Definitely. And if we do, we'll vlog it.
Yeah. Won't be any horses in it, but whatever.
It'll be very boring, that long flight. 'Cause you won't believe me, but your mum is cooler than mine. No, I'm sure that's not true, cow pony. All mums are cool.
I wouldn't say cool is a good word for Mum.
How do you supplement salt?
Put it in their feeds. We get like just table salt from Tesco or whatever.
And we
Other
have salt
supermarkets
licks.
are available.
Salt
Yeah,
licks.
salt
They all
licks
have
and
their
just
own
putting it in their feed.
Yeah. Okay, does your mum have her own horse, and what does she enjoy most about riding? No, mainly we just share, don't we?
Yeah.
We share, and the thing I enjoy the most is hacking in the forest.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Very
Very
nice.
nice. Love a good hack, don't you?
I do. I think that's about
Are we
it.
about
you know?
cleared up? I think we've done a lot. We've tried to do as many as possible.
Yeah.
Sorry that it's been filmed in so many different locations. But should we say a proper goodbye now? Because we said goodbye in
Yeah.
the lorry, and I'm just gonna edit that out. I'm just gonna get rid of
Yeah.
that.
Hang on, there's one more.
Oh, we've got a
Oh,
bonus
I've lost
question.
it. Hang on.
Just watch
No,
her
now
try
I
and
can't
use her
find it.
phone. Yeah, it's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Any idea what you're doing?
No.
What are you?
So,
What was it? Do you not remember it?
no.
You have to edit this out.
No. Let's say goodbye.
Cool. Apparently we haven't got a bonus question. Right, so thanks for watching.
I hope it's not too long and boring.
I hope it's not too long and boring. If it's not too long and boring, comment if you like it, and we might do it again sometime because
And if
there
you
are
don't,
loads
don't
of
bother commenting.
questions. Well, no, still comment because it makes it look good, but just comment like a heart or something,
And we won't
Or
have
a-
to do it again.
or a thumb down. No,
Yeah.
don't do that. Give it a thumbs up.
Yep.
Yeah,
And we'll see you at the next.
we'll see you at the next vlog. I am bringing out a Meet the Horses and a platting tutorial and a yard tour for people asking. So all those things will be on my channel shortly.
Excellent.
But until next time,
Over and out.
over and out.
Time for sausage casserole for tea.
Yep. Yeah. All right.
Stay safe.
Stay cool.